racing, and yeah, fourth is probably the right gear.
Got cramp in my right foot.
Do you want to take it to the paddock?
Yeah. Also felt like it, even the brakes a little bit were getting hot. A little bit.
Mate, you need to check your lap times, because I think some of those laps were seriously fast.
Well, I think on that one, because it was so much quieter, they didn't have to.
Definitely faster in my laps.
I don't know about that, but it was also because I didn't have any traffic whatsoever, so I reckon you should go
No,
back
but
out.
like, whereas we might be similar speed around the back, although I think you are faster, you are definitely much faster for those days. Your gear changes are much better.
I don't know. I think sometimes when you're driving, sometimes it's like hard to assess. I feel like I have more confidence. I have a better idea of where I'm trying to position it. So for that chicane, I remember she told me a couple of times to keep it out left and actually brake a bit earlier and turn in a bit earlier than you maybe think. So that's what I've tried to do. Almost accelerate, get it to the point where you're actually in the right gear, say third gear.
Yeah, because that's the thing.
And then accelerate just as you turn into that bit, because that way it kind of hooks up a little bit more.
Yeah, because your gear changes felt really good. You felt like you were going down to a third without overstressing the engine. It felt like, and then you were maximising the potential.
But partly the reason why I don't think I'm actually as quick is because I only noticed really now on that last one where you were talking about going into fifth gear, and for me previously it was never really, I never thought about going into fifth gear. It was just then, and that last one I thought actually I'm getting quite close to the kind of 7,000, maybe I should try and put it into fifth. But then that's why I told you, like, oh, when I put it to fifth and it went out of the VTEC, you kind of notice it, so it's almost, is it worth? You see me? So whereas you'd already been having that, you're thinking about it. So that's why I think sometimes.
I don't know. I think I was just putting it in fifth to be gentle, but I don't know if I was in the VTEC. I don't think I was any faster. I don't know.
I guess that's what it is. I think there's just different sections where we probably have thought more about. I think certainly you on that back section have like the better flow and the pace, whereas I'm still a little bit unsure about which is the right line. But
maybe, but I don't think you're any slower than me in that back section. That's definitely my favourite section. I feel much more comfortable there than I do over there, but I don't think you'd be any slower, and you're certainly much faster on that lap time. I don't think anyone could get. Alright, you might, a professional driver, get 2 or 3 seconds faster, but it wouldn't be much.
Nah, it would be.
Honestly, it felt like the car was close to the limit the whole way down. You felt much closer to the limit in this than you've ever done in the BMW.
100%, yeah.
Although I reckon now you've done a few track days, it'd be interesting to see you in the BMW.
Yeah,
because I reckon you'd be able to push that further.
Yeah,
as well.
I think it's little things like you say, kind of one, don't focus on the corner, focus like ahead, because I think that's one major thing that obviously something we do on the normal road, but actually here is really important as well, because you're almost thinking about the corner beyond the one you're doing now, because almost that then sets you up for that one better, if you see what I mean, because you're thinking, oh, I've got this corner coming up, but if you're almost thinking ahead, I'm not saying you think ahead of how you can position it, but almost you're looking to where the other one is.
Yeah.
So if in your mind you're thinking, well, this is a right, but then it kind of kinks to the left, actually you might take it a little bit wider, and then your entry's a bit different in that sense.
Yeah, and also you're driving to the fastest point rather than trying to accelerate wide, and actually you should be over there somewhere.
Where you think. So I think stuff like that helps. And like you say, if you transfer this into that car, then automatically you'll just be quicker because you're picking the right lines. And then as well, like other things about, I guess, understanding the circuit. Again, understanding the circuit helps a lot, because now I'm appreciating a little bit more the gradients, because I think before I always thought of it as quite flat, but actually there is a lot of that like drop off camber, and as you said, it's really important to maybe stay out wider, because by coming in later for like the later apex, then it seems to get a better line and you seem to have a bit more.
So I hadn't noticed the cambers as much, but it's probably a good point. I should look out for them.
Well, I just, you know, when you're kind of doing that high speed corner and you're turning to the right and the car's starting to really look, that to me feels like it's kind of
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
And then,
You notice it much more as a passenger, how
Yeah,
much
you
you're
do.
leaning over. Bloody hell. And I was thinking around there, it's actually more tiring being a passenger than a driver.
Well, this is it. I get motion sickness sometimes particularly when you were Silverstone and Brands Hatch. I was getting like I said, I don't know if it's as well linked because probably the Silverstone one, I just didn't sleep very much. But yeah, certainly as a passenger on sometimes.
Holding the core.
Yeah.
Knackered.
Yeah, and I find what I've been trying to do is, I think previously it's like kind of like hunching up a bit too much, but I feel like even if you actually almost like let your hands rest and almost like drive with the fingers, it actually in a silly way, you feel like the balance of the car a bit more.
They do say that, don't they? Like the Tiffany Dell videos and stuff.
I just feel like once you're relaxed with the environment of things going fast and also the car, then that sort of relaxes you. And
they do say that the faster you get, the more things slow down.
yeah, I can.
So you're more comfortable with the speed, and then you're more better able to assess what's going on around you. And in a weird way, everything feels a bit slower, even though you're actually going as fast or faster.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at the videos like we were showing, looking earlier, and thinking, God, that looks like slow motion. I guess if you can get to the point in the car where you're so kind of comfortable that it does still feel like slow motion. You're like, oh, I need some more power from the